Before we jump into today's episode, I just want to take a quick second to share something that's really close to my heart. I know you've heard the ad before, but this is more than just an ad to me. These books are conversations I care about having. I've written 4 books so far, and each one carries a different kind of message. If Only I Had a Home is a 3-part series that brings light to things we do not always talk about openly: mental health, bullying, family struggles, the quiet realities people carry. It's not just for people who have lived it, it's for anyone who wants to understand a little deeper. The Wounds from a Healing Heart is a little different. It's a collection of reflections and poetry for anyone walking through emotional pain, healing, and personal growth. It does not rush you, it just sits with you. And a lot of readers have told me they come back to it during seasons when they need that reminder that they are not alone. My other books continue those honest conversations in their own way. And I also have a new one coming soon that feels completely different from anything I've released before. If you've ever connected with this podcast, I truly believe you'll connect with my writing too. All of my books are available on Amazon, and you can find everything in one place through my link tree at No Gossip Just Talk. All right, now let's get into this episode. Welcome back to another episode of No Gossip Just Talk. I'm your host, Soleil, and today we're talking about the hard truth about accountability when the problem might be us. Because sometimes the hardest thing a person can do is look in the mirror. I'm talking about the mirror that shows you your choices, your patterns, your reactions, and the role you play in your own life. And a lot of people avoid that mirror. Instead, they look outward. They blame. They point fingers. They tell everyone about what someone else did, what someone else said, how someone else caused the problem. But when they tell the story, something is always missing: their part. And that's the uncomfortable truth many people don't want to face. Have you ever noticed how some people tell their stories in a way that makes them the victim every single time? In their version of events, everyone else is the problem. Their friends betrayed them, their partner hurt them, their family did them wrong, their job treated them unfairly. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes people do hurt us. Sometimes life does throw unfair situations our way. But when every story ends with everyone else being the villain and you being the only innocent one, at some point you have to pause and ask a real question. What role did I play in this? Did I ignore red flags? Did I keep people around me who consistently showed me who they were? Did I avoid boundaries because I didn't want conflict? Or did I blame the world instead of confronting the truth? Because accountability doesn't always feel good, but it's necessary for growth. Another thing that confuses a lot of people is the difference between words and actions. Some people will say, I love you all day long. They'll say it with passion, they'll say it with emotion. They might even believe it when they say it, but their actions tell a completely different story. Their behavior brings chaos, their choices create distance, their patterns cause pain. So now you're left in a confusing space where someone says they love you, but the way they move in your life feels like the opposite. And sometimes the truth is complicated. Maybe they do love you, but love without accountability, love without maturity, love without self awareness can still hurt you, because love alone doesn't fix destructive behavior, growth does. Another pattern I see all the time is people getting angry at the wrong people. Their life starts falling apart, their relationships collapse, their peace disappears, their situation gets messy, and instead of asking themselves why, they look for someone else to blame. But here's the real issue: sometimes the people they should be upset with are the very people they keep protecting. The friends who constantly drag them into drama, the partner who repeatedly disrespects them, the environment they refuse to leave. Instead of addressing those situations, they redirect the anger somewhere safer, someone easier to blame, someone who isn't actually the root of the problem. And that kind of avoidance keeps people stuck in the same cycles over and over again. Here's another truth that doesn't get talked about enough. Not everyone learns through advice. Some people have to experience things the hard way. You can warn them, you can show them examples, you can share your own experiences. But if someone lacks the maturity to receive that wisdom, they will ignore it. And sometimes life becomes their teacher. Pain becomes the lesson. Consequences become the classroom. Because experience has a way of forcing awareness that words never could. And while it's hard to watch people go through that, sometimes it's the only way they grow. Now, here are my takeaways. The real question isn't about what everyone else is doing. The real question is this: are we willing to examine ourselves? Are we willing to be honest about our patterns? Are we willing to hold ourselves accountable when something in our life keeps repeating? Because self awareness is uncomfortable, but it's also the gateway to real change. When you start looking inward instead of outward, your life begins to shift in ways blame never could. Growth doesn't start when the world changes. Growth starts when we do. And sometimes the most powerful thing we can say isn't, they did this to me. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can say is, what can I learn from this? Because the moment we take accountability is the moment we take back our power. All right, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to No Gossip, Just Talk. Make sure you subscribe, share the show, and stick around for more episodes to come. And until next time, ciao for now.